My name is John Pflaumer. I was from Page, Arizona. Water is life. And without water, you don't have a community. If you don't have consistent, clean access to water, you don't have a community. And water is everything in helping to build that community. I have lots of different memories about water in its many forms, whether it be snow or ice, or even in its liquid state, or even just the smell of coffee in the morning because you can smell the steam
Yeah.
coming from it. But I guess a favorite memory I have, or a bit of an epiphany with water, was I put a bird bath out in the backyard. And I thought, oh, I'll have the birds come in, they'll take baths and stuff. Well, they weren't really taking baths. They would, occasionally one would. Most of them were just coming by to drink water out of it. But there was an unexpected visitor coming to the bird bath. And that unexpected visitor were honeybees and bumblebees. They were coming in and drinking water from the edges of it, and they kept falling in the bird bath a little bit and having some swimming issues. So I got some sponges and floated those in there to make like little lily pads, little rafts for the bees to climb up on, and they would fly back to their hives from there. And I was like, water affects us in so many different ways. I was not expecting to see bees coming to that, probably more frequently than were the birds. I interact with water. Obviously, I drink water. I bathe with water. I do my dishes with water, laundry with water. I also like to irrigate the plants and things that are around the house. I have some pomegranates and some figs around the house, and I would use that to help, water the plants. And also, it's a lot of fun to go out there on the Lake Powell or down to Colorado and be kayaking or boating out there and fishing out there in that out in the lake. I mean, it's one of the best bass fishing spots I've ever seen. My interaction or my perspective on water has changed from just an attitude of indifference and that it will always be there. When you're in school, you just go to the drinking fountain and water comes out and it's clean. My perspective has changed more on access to water, the quality of water, what's in it, and making sure that you don't have chemicals and bacteria and things like that that should not be in the water, and having that consistent access and not taking it for granted. Usage of water. I understand a lot of people are considering, if they've already considered, to remove their lawns and go with xeriscaping because it takes less water. Focusing on where the water is coming from and different ways with which to conserve water has been huge in the community. Just an understanding that you have to have water in order to generate that power also. The impact it's had on my life is that it's made it doable. It's made it so I can do those things that I want to be able to do. And same with my family and the community, understanding that the limits on the resource and the limits of water and the different things you can do. And there's so much you can do with water. There's a lot of different sources you can go to learn about water. The U.S. Geologic Survey, NOAA, the National Atmospheric Administration, looking at weather. But another place to go is go to the library. Literally, just go to the library, ask one of the librarians, do you have anything on water, or how can I be a better steward of water and of my community by conserving water? And that's a good place to start. At least it'll give you a jump off point to ask the next questions from there. What do I want people to know about water? Water is a gift and should be treated as such. And we need to take care of that. And just be aware of where our water is coming from and how do we conserve it for not just our generation, but for the next generation.